Right, people, welcome back. We are in the paper discussion, paper number 17. Paper number 17. Paper number 17. We'll start people from question number 25. We'll go reverse direction. That's better. පිටිපස්සෙන් ආපහු එමු. පේපර් එක අග ඉඳන් ආව නම් වඩා හොඳයි නේ නිකන්. එසේස් ටික ඩිස්කස් කරලා නැත්නම් අග වෙනකොට නිකන් අර ටෆ් ක්වෙස්චන්ස් වලට වෙලාවම දිනවනේ. එසේ වලින් පටන් ගමුද ළමයි අපි? එසේස් වල පටන් ගන්න ආපස්සට එමු. Right, people, question is briefly describe the basic organization of cells and describe differences between prokaryotic and the eukaryotic cellular organization. ඔගොල්ලෝ මේ ගිය සතියේ මට දුන්න papers ටික ගන්න මම ඉස්සරහින් තියලා තිනවා. ලක්ෂි රැංකල් ගෙනත් දෙයි. ඒකේ මම ලොකු අඩුපාඩු දැක්කේ නැහැ. හැබැයි diagrams එහෙම නම් ඇඳලා තිබුණේ නැහැ සමහරක් අය. එතන තමයි ඉතින් පොඩි අවුලක් තියෙන්නේ. ඩයග්‍රෑම් අඳින්න ඕන එකේ ඩයග්‍රෑම් එක අඳින්න ඕනේ. ද ලීෆ් ස්ට්‍රක්චර් එකේ ඩයග්‍රෑම් එක ඇඳලා තිබුණේ නැහැ සමහරක් අය. අද 17 පේපර් එක ලියාගෙන දාවේ නැද්ද? ලිව්වද? අනිත් අය 17 ලියන්න ඕනේ. අපි දැන් සැටර්ඩේ ක්ලාස් එකේදී නම් පේපර් එක දෙනවා. සැටර්ඩේ එන්නේ නැති ළමයි ඉන්නවා නම් මට කියන්න අපි PDF එක හරි දෙන්න පුළුවන්. PDF එක ඇතිනේ. වෙබ්සයිට් එකේත් අප්ලෝඩ් කරනවා. PDF එක ෆිසිකල් එන්න ළමයි මට මැසේජ් එකක් දාන්න මම PDF එක දෙන්නම්. PDF එක අරගෙන පේපර් එක ලියාගෙන ආව නම් හරි. එතකොට අපිට ඩිස්කෂන් එක සක්සස්. ඔයාලා පේපර් එක ලියලා තිනවා. අපි ඩිස්කස් කරනවා. මාකින් ස්කීම් එක අතර දෙනවා. නේද? බලලා දෙනවා. නේද? ඔගොල්ලෝ බලා ගන්නවා. මම බලපු එක ආයෙ බලනවා. දැන් සැටර්ඩේ මට සබ්මිට් කරන අයගේ මම පේපර් එක තියරි ක්ලාස් එකට එන විතරක් එන ළමයිගේ පේපර් එක මම සැටර්ඩේ කලෙක්ට් කරලා මාක් කරලා දෙන්නම්. ඒතර සැටර්ඩේ ඉඳලා ඊළඟ සැටර්ඩේට යන්න තියෙන්නේ ඒක අවුලක් නැහැ. සැටර්ඩේ ඉඳලා ඊළඟ සැටර්ඩේට. ඉතින් ඔයගොල්ලෝ අප්ලෝඩ් කරා නම් අපි දැන් මල්ටිපල් ඔප්ෂන්ස් තියෙනවා. පේපර් එක බලා ගන්න ඕන නම් පේපර් එක අප්ලෝඩ් කරා නම් හරි අපේ ෆෝල්ඩර්ස් වලට අපි ඒ ඩිජිටලි බලලා දෙනවා. නැත්තම් මෙතෙන්දී පේපර් එක හවස යන ගමන් මට තියලා යන්න. ඒත් මම අඩුපාඩු තියෙන ඒවා බලලා මට කමෙන්ට් එකක් ලියන්න පුළුවන්. නැත්තම් සැටර්ඩේ පේපර් එක දෙනවා නම් දෙන්න. එතකොට කොහොමද අපි ෆුල් පේපර් එක මාක් කරලා දෙනවා. හරිද? ලක්ෂරය ඉස්සරහ තියෙන පේපර්ස් මේ ගිය සතියේ ගත්ත පේපර්ස් ළමයින්ගේ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ එසේ එක බලනකොට මාරු කරලා බලන්න. යාළුවට දෙන්න එසේ පේපර් එක ළඟ ඉන්න එකනට. එක්ස්චේන්ජ් කරලා බැලුවත් කමක් නැහැ වඩා හොඳයි. හරි එක්ස්චේන්ජ් කරලා බලනවා වඩා හොඳයි. ඒකට හොරබරු නැහැ වංචා නැහැ නේද? නියම විදිහටම වැඩේ තියෙනවා. යාළුවෝ එක්ස්චේන්ජ් කරා මම පොයින්ට් එක කියනකොට පොයින්ට් එක තියෙනවා නම් එක ටික් එකක් දාන්න හරි. ඒකලා පොයින්ට්ස් ගණන් කලෙක්ට් කරලා අපි ලකුණු දාමු. Right. Describe the basic organization of cells and describe difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cellular organization. Now, this theory part comes in people, the unit 2 again. හරිද? Right. Describe the basic organization of cells. මොනවද basic organization eukaryotic and prokaryotic නේ? Cells and describe the differences between prokaryotic and the eukaryotic cell organization. So you describe කියලා කියන්නේ you to describe people what is prokaryotic and what is eukaryotic නේ? Cells with an organized nucleus, they are the prokaryotic. Cells without an organized nucleus are called as eukaryotic. Then people, there is a table given. Resource book, there is a table to compare නේද? So I have prepared the marking scheme people based on this table. Table එකේ තියෙන points දෙපැත්තට දාලා තමයි scheme එක හදලා තියෙන්නේ. There is a possibility of asking this sort of a question. අහන්න පුළුවන් නේ cell membrane එක අතහපු නේද? exam එකනේ. Right? So organization of cells, there are two kinds of cell organization, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. A point එක එතන තියෙන්න ඕනේ. හරි? There are two kinds of cell organization, prokaryotic එක point එකයි, eukaryotic තව point එකයි. Then all cells have some basic features. They are bounded by plasma membrane. Describe the basic organization. Having a cell membrane, 1 point. Within the cell have semi-fluid jelly-like substance, cytosol කියලා ලිව්වනම් තව ලකුණක් දෙන්න. Subcellular components are suspended within the cytosol, තව එක ලකුණයි. They carry DNA as a genetic material, another 1 mark. ඊට පස්සේ ribosomes are found in the cell, all cells, තව එක point එකක්. ඊට පස්සේ prokaryotic organisms are the bacteria and archaebacteria. Eukaryotic organisms examples protista, fungi, plants. ඊට පස්සේ the average cell diameter of the prokaryotic cell is 1 to 5, 10 to 100 in eukaryote කියන එකට ලකුණු 0.2යි. ඊට පස්සේ prokaryotes are mainly unicellular and eukaryotes are mainly multicellular, another 2 points. ඊළඟට cell division of prokaryotes are by binary fission, no mitosis meiosis, but mitosis present in eukaryotes, another 2 points. It was a genetic material of DNA, circular and life-free in the cytoplasm, and that is called the nucleoid, but DNA is yeah, and then another point I have given, DNA is not naked, associated with protein. Actually focus කරගන්න, focus මන්ති. DNA is not naked කියන මොකක්ද ළමයි? No histone protein කියන එක නේද? DNA without histone protein නේ naked. ඒකට මම වෙනම point එකක් අරගෙන තියෙනවා. හරි, ඒ ගන්න තියෙන ලක්ෂණ. ඒක another point එකක් විතර. ඊට පස්සේ DNA is linear and contained in the nucleus කියන එකට තව point එකක් අරන් තියෙනවා. ඊට DNA is associated with protein නේද? ඒකට මම points දෙකක් ගන්නවා. DNA is not naked නැත්නම් associated with proteins. ඊට පස්සේ type of ribosome variation එක අරන් තියෙනවා. Type of ribosome 70S ribosomes. ඊට පස්සේ both 70S ribosomes and 80S ribosomes are present inside the eukaryotic cell. ඒක එක point එකක් විදිහට. ඊට පස්සේ ඒ කියන්නේ ඔය points එක order එකක් ඕනේ නැහැ. Whatever the order people, anywhere in your answer, this has to be there, right? ඊට පස්සේ few organelles are surrounded by membrane, intermembranal structures, internal membrane structures are scarce. එක point එකයි. Then if they are available associated with the respiration, photosynthesis, nitrogen fixation, membranes, those things are there. එකටත් තව point එකක් prokaryotes. But in organelles, membrane bounded organelles are present in the eukaryote, nucleus, mitochondria. Writing few examples, I have given two membranes and single membrane bounded organelles are available, vacuole, lysosome, like that. Another point ne. It was a cell wall variation එක බලන්න. Cell wall variation. Cell wall variation එක. Plants and fungi rigid and polysaccharide තියනවලු. cellulose in plant cell wall, chitin in fungal cell wall. But peptidoglycan present in bacteria and cyanobacteria. Polysaccharides and proteins present in archaebacteria. A point එක. ඊට පස්සේ flagella arrangement එක කියලා තියෙනවද කියලා බලන්න. flagella arrangement එක. flagella arrangement. උඩින් බලන්න යන්නේ මෙහෙම flagella කියලා කොහේ හරි ලියලා තියෙනවනේ. එතන ඊට පස්සේ කියවන්න. flagella කියලා තියෙනවද? flagella simple lacking microtubules. 20 nanometers in diameter. ඊට පස්සේ eukaryotic flagella complex 9+2 structure 200 nanometer ඒ දෙකට points දෙකක්. 9+2 structure 1 point, 200 nanometer another point. The respiration mostly by mesosomes. ඊට පස්සේ mitochondria for aerobic respiration in eukaryotes. Photosynthesis no chloroplast. Photosynthetic membranes lamella grana නේද? Chloroplast present in eukaryotes. It is a nitrogen fixation is present. No nitrogen fixation ability in eukaryotes. ඉතින් මේක හොඳ question එකක් ළමයි. exam එක උනත් අහන්න පුළුවන්. හොඳ question එකක්. exam එකේ මෙහෙම question එකක් දැනට අවුරුදු 20කටම ඇවිල්ලත් නැහැ. නේද? අහන්න පුළුවන්. අහන්න බැරි කමක් නැහැ. හරි දැන් ගොඩක් ඒවා අහලා තියෙන සෙල් මෙම්බ්‍රේන් අහලා තියෙනවා ෆෝටෝසින්තසිස් අහලා තියෙනවා සෙල් සයිකල් අහලා තියෙනවා මෙහෙම ක්වෙස්චන් එකක් අහලා නැහැ අහන්න පුළුවන් රයිට් මොඩල් ක්වෙස්චන් එකක් විතර ආවොත් කලින් කරලා තියෙන නිසා ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නවා කොච්චර රේන්ජ් එක ලියන්න ඕනද මොනවද පොයින්ට්ස් ටික එතන ගිහිල්ලා හිතා ගන්නවට ලේසිනේ any 38 ළමයි 38 into 4 දාලා බලන්න ටෝටල් කරන්න maximum 150 පොයින්ට්ස් කීයක් තියෙනවද කියලා හරි ගාන ගණන් කරලා හතරෙන් වැඩි කරලා ගන්න ලෝක විනාශය වෙන්නේ නේද ඈ ලෝක විනාශය වෙලා තින්නේ අහස කඩන් වැටෙනවා හරිද ළමයි හරිද එහෙනම් ඊළඟ ක්වෙස්චන් එක බලමු transpiration question එක අහන්නේ මොකක්ද අහන question එක ළමයි describe how transpiration take place in plants state factors affecting transpiration and briefly describe how transpiration affects how temperature affects transpiration එතකොට මොකද අහන්නේ factors ටික describe කර state the factors ඒ කියන්නේ ලියන්න විතරයි ඕනේ humidity those factors නේද state කියන්නයි තියෙන්නේ එතකොට question එක clear මේ describe how transpiration take place in plants so you have to describe some mechanism behind the transpiration ඊට පස්සේ state the factors factors එක list down කරන්නයි තියෙන්නේ ඒ කියන්නේ temperature humidity wind speed concentration of carbon dioxide available water in soil කියන ටික ඊට පස්සේ you have to do people what is that briefly describe the temperature effects on transpiration describe the effect on temperature on transpiration you don't have to draw any diagram because this is a process diagrams මොනවද අඳින්න ඕනේ නැහැ right diagrams not necessary draw නේ but now this question is not people stomatal transpiration දැන් question එක බලන්න ළමයි stomatal transpiration නෙවෙයි exam එකේ stomatal කියලා limit කරා නම් then you don't have to write regarding the lenticular transpiration and the cuticular transpiration you don't have to write that question එක limit කරලා නැහැ Again, you have to write what people? Stomatal transpiration ලියන්නත් ඕන, lenticular transpiration ලියන්නත් ඕන, cuticle transpiration ගැන description එකේ තියෙන්නත් ඕන. දැන් අපි ගෝ 95% transpiration මොකක්ද transpiration? Stomatal transpiration. Remaining 5% can be the other types නේ. ඒවා points වලට එනවා අපිට. බලමු. Definition එකක් ඕනේ නේද? What is transpiration නේ? Removal of water from leaves and other aerial parts of the plant body as water vapor. එක ලකුණයි. බලන්න එක ලියලා තියෙනවද කියලා කොහේ හරි. ඒක නම් ස්ටාර්ට් එකේම ලියලා තියෙන්න ඕනේ. What is transpiration කියලා නේ? Transpiration is a process of removal of aerial parts. Don't say stomata. එහෙනම් ලකුණු දෙන්න එපා මේ පොයින්ට් එකට. කියලා තිබුණ transpiration is the loss of water from the stomata කියලා highlight කරලා තිබුණා ලකුණු දෙන්න එපා මේ පොයින්ට් එකට. ඇයි aerial parts. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? The above the ground. ඒ කියන්නේ lenticular, stomatal, everything general definition you're right නේද? By diffusion known as transpiration. By diffusion. If diffusion is not written, people, you lose 1 mark there. This water loss take place mainly through stomatal transpiration. Up to a certain extent through the cuticle transpiration. And through the lenticels, lenticular transpiration. ඊට පස්සේ percentage එක ලියනවට 95% of the water lost through the stomata by stomatal transpiration. Another 1 point. Right, next one, write in the mechanism now. Now, how do you describe the mechanism? During the daytime, water brought to the leaf, they lose into the mesophyll cells. Mesophyll cells become saturated. From the saturated mesophyll cells, water vaporizes now into intercellular spaces. From the intercellular spaces, water evaporates and then comes to the substomatal cavity. From the substomatal cavity and the outer atmosphere, there is a concentration gradient. Along that water potential gradient, water lost from the substomatal cavity into the outer atmosphere. It was a boundary layer hadene kiyanna thoni. As this diffuses out, people, then the around the stomata, the moisture containing layer forms. What do you call that? The boundary layer. Nearby stomata, the boundary layers can overlap and then forms a continuous layer, which is actually helping in controlling of the water loss. බලන්න මේ points ටික in the daytime air in the intercellular air spaces is saturated with water vapor එක point එකයි. Because they are in contact with the moist cell walls තව point එකයි. Normally air outside the plant is drier තව point එකයි. Hence water potential of the outside air is lower than that of the inside තව point එකයි. Therefore, water vapor in the air spaces of the plant diffuses down its water potential gradient to the external exit the plant. Eka point ekai. Stomatal transpiration. In stomatal transpiration, water is brought to the leaf in the xylem vascular bundle and subsequently spread from the fine branching network. Tawa point ekak. These branches end in one or few vessels and tracheids possessing little lignification. Therefore, the water can release easily through them into the cellulose containing mesophyll cells. Special point, water from the stalk brought to the tracheids. Tracheids are having less lignification. They can easily come to the mesophyll wall. Water move through the mesophyll cells by apoplast, symplast, and transmembrane pathways along the water potential gradient. Another point. Then water evaporate from the wet walls to the mesophyll cells into the intercellular spaces, another 1 point, and then into the large substomatal air space. From here, water vapor diffuses through the stomata into the atmosphere. Immediately next to the leaf is a thin layer of stationary air through which water vapor diffuses out and swept away. If the moving air present, it's going to blown away. අමාරුද හොයන්න? ඔයගේ මානසික තිබුණා ලීසි නේද? ටට්ටක් ගාලා ලියුවද නැද්ද කියලා දන්නවද? right. ඊට පස්සේ there is a diffusion gradient from stationary air layer back to the mesophyll cells. Each stomata has diffusion gradient shell around it. ඊට පස්සේ diffusion shells of the neighboring stomata overlap in still air with the other one. Thickness of the diffusion shell depends on the surface features of the leaf. ඊට පස්සේ factors affecting transpiration light intensity කියන එකට එක ලකුණයි. temperature තව ලකුණයි. humidity කිව්වට තව ලකුණයි. wind speed කියනවට තව ලකුණයි. concentration of carbon dioxide කිව්වට තව ලකුණයි. available water in soil කිව්වට තව ලකුණයි. එතන resource එකේ light intensity temperature humidity wind speed available water carbon dioxide කියන එක දීලා නැහැ නේද අපි ඒක අයින් කරගමු එන marking scheme එකේ 30th point එක අයින් කරමු carbon dioxide දීලා නැහැ මේකේ so අපි ඒකට ලකුණු දෙන්න නැතිමු 30th point එක අයින් කරනවා මම 30th point එක මම ඒක අයින් කරගත්තා. ඒතර මට දැන් 37 points තියෙන්නේ. available water in soil එක හරි. light intensity temperature humidity wind speed it was available water in soil. Describe how the transpiration take place in plants and state the factors affecting transpiration. Briefly describe how temperature. හරි ඊළඟට how the temperature affects. Then 32 light intensity stomata usually open in the light and close in the darkness. With the increasing of the light intensity, rate of transpiration increases. The higher temperature, the greater the rate. Saturation, same time, හරි. ළමයි එතන මේ 32 and 33 points දෙක 32 and 33 කියන points දෙක directly relate වෙන්නේ නැහැ question එකත් එක්ක. මේක මොකද යන්නේ light intensity effect එක නේද? ඒ නිසා අපි එතන දැන් points තුනක් මම අයින් කරනවා 32 33 30th. හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ the higher the temperature greater the rate of evaporation of water from the mesophyll cell එක point එකයි. which result in greater saturation of the leaf atmosphere with water vapor තව point එකයි. At the same time rise in temperature lowers the relative humidity of the atmosphere කියන එකට තව point එකයි. Both even result in steeper concentration gradient of water molecules from leaf to external atmosphere. Another point. The steeper this gradient is, faster the rate of diffusion. Another point. From point තුනක් අයින් කරා. එතකොට අපිට තියෙන්නේ දැන් point 35යි නේද? point 35යි. 35යි. 35 හතරෙන් ඇටි කරොත් 70 140යි නේද? 140යි 150කට එන්නේ නැහැ. පහෙන් වැඩි කරොත් ගාන වැඩි වෙනවා. හරි ළමයි 35න් 35 හතරෙන් වැඩි කළා 140න් දාන්නකෝ. 140න් දාන්න. 140න් කීයද කියලා දාන්න. අපි පොයින්ට් 35ම තියෙනවා ළමයි අපි එක්ස්ට්‍රා ලකුණු 10ක් දාමු. 10 නම් වැඩි සාමාන්‍යයෙන්. නමුත් අපිට පොයින්ට් 3ක් අපිට අයින් කරන්න උනානේ. ප්ලස් 10 මාක්ස් දාමු. ඩයග්‍රෑම් ඕනේ නැහැ. 35 into 4. into 4. හරිද? right third question එකට යන්නේ ළමයි. third question. third essay question එක බලමු අරගේ marks දාලා ඉවර නම් total කරන්න එවනේ. හරි. right question number 3 ළමයි describe the role of liver in human nutrition. role of liver in nutrition. now liver carries out different functions. liver functions. so describe the liver in human nutrition. we learn people functions related to the digestion liver carry out and then some extra functions are there too ne? right. so the first point the liver secrete bile එක ලකුණයි which is stored in the gallbladder until released to the duodenum ne? so it secretes bile into the duodenum ලකුණු දෙකයි එතන points දෙකයි. then bile contain bile salts which act as an emulsifier that helps in fat digestion and absorption. Does say most of the absorbed nutrients reach the liver and it regulates the distribution of nutrients to the rest of the body. We learn that the chylomicrons they reach to the liver once the fat and the other things absorbed nutrients they first come to the liver. Ne? Amino acids and other minerals and dissolved things directly come to the liver. Chylomicrons and all the fatty acid, glycerol, other stuff people they take a long tour and then finally comes to the liver. Ne? It regulates the distribution of nutrients throughout the body. Ne? Excess glucose is stored as glycogen in the liver cells. Glycogen deposits are breakdown in the liver cells are regulated by insulin and glucagon. ලකුණු දෙකයි. Then fat soluble vitamins A, D, E and K and some water soluble vitamins, ions, copper also stored in the liver. There are points 12. So there is a separate paragraph people in 174 page in the resource book. Functions of liver related to digestion. Related to digestion or nutrition. Ne? So I have taken that part to make the marking scheme. Now we learn separately homeostatic functions of the liver. Different part. amino acid නේද protein metabolism amino acid metabolism detoxification ඒ කතන්දර වගේ කතා කරා අපි. ඒක නෙවෙයි මෙතනට එන්නේ nutrition කියලා කියපුවාම it's like specified. හරි? Then we will next part of the question explain how digestion is regulated in man. Digestion regulation එක අහන්නේ. Digestion regulation. So we learn people gastrin is involving, cholecystokinin is involving, secretin is involving, and then certain nerve regulation parts are there නේද? Saliva is involving නේද? Nerve regulation නේ? Saliva secretion and all. How the digestion is regulated. Now this doesn't say that the digestion inside the mouth or stomach or small intestine is like generally for everything. Ne? The digestion in man is regulated by two ways. One is the nerve regulation, the other one is the endocrine regulation. There are 2 points at there now. Nerve regulation by the nerve reflexes. It was a, for example, nerve reflexes for the secretion of saliva when the food reaches the mouth. එක point එකයි. ඊට පස්සේ arrival of the food in the stomach trigger churning and releasing of gastric juice. Right? Trigger churning and release of gastric juice. එතන හැබැයි එක point එකක් මගේ අඩුද මන් දන්නේ මේ gastrin පස්සේ තියෙනවනේ. පස්සේ දාලා තියෙන point එක. Endocrine system play a critical role in digestion, especially the stomach and the small intestine. එතන stomach and small intestine endocrine regulation is main. ඊට පස්සේ when the food arrives the stomach wall is stretched. This triggers release of gastrin. I have taken that point. Ne? This triggers release of gastrin. Gastrin circulate and then affect on the bloodstream and arrives the stomach. Gastrin stimulate the production of the gastric juice. It was a fatty acid in the and the amino acids in the chyme triggers the release of cholecystokinin. It was and secretin venama point එකක් විතර ගන්නවා. Secretin second point. It was a cholecystokinin triggers release of bile from the gallbladder. 2 points. It releases digestive enzymes from the pancreas. Digestive enzymes from pancreas. Secretin release bicarbonate from the pancreas. The release bicarbonate 1 point, from pancreas another point. දෙකක් විතර ගන්නේ. Bicarbonate neutralizes the chyme received from the stomach. When chyme is rich in fat, food digestion in the stomach slow down due to high level of cholecystokinin and secretin from the duodenum. Another point. These hormones affect on the stomach, inhibit peristalsis. Gastric juice secretion is going to be inhibited by secretin and cholecystokinin. එතකොට 37 points අරගෙන දිනවා for part A and B both. 34යි 12යි නේ 34යි 34යි 35යි 36යි නේ the point 36යි තියෙන්නේ 36යි නේ. එතකොට 36 into 4 36ව 4ක්. එකසි 44යි plus 6 marks දාන්න ළමයි extra bonus mark ලකුණු 6ක් දාන්න. හරි bonus marks ලකුණු 6ක් දාමු අපි. bonus එකක් දෙමු පොඩි. හරිද? right ඊළඟට next people we move to the structured essay part. Structured part එක බලමු. Structured part එකේ question number 2 එක ගන්න බලන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලාම. Question number 2. හරි අද අපි ඩිස්කස් කරපු part එකෙන් යන්නේ නේද? part 2 එක ගන්න. part 2 question එක ඇවිල්ලා describe the Online people, sorry about that. No, I forgot to open the market scheme. You got the market scheme. All of you have received the market scheme now, people. It's in the website also. Online lamai. Ambunada. I'll resend it once again. I already sent it once. 17 paper. You can download it from the website also. Right, paper number 17 ke structured second one. Second structured. ඉතින් ළමයි paper එක ලියන්න ඕනේ. ලියලාවම තමයි වැඩේ හරියටම set වෙන්නේ. නැත්තම් වැඩක් නැහැ නේද? ඔයගොල්ලෝ paper එක ගන්න පුළුවන් there are several methods නේ. මට message දාන්න WhatsApp එකක් දාන්න මම paper එක දෙන්නම්. නැත්තම් online එකේ ඉන්න ළමයින්ට නම් they can take it from the website on Saturday, but I think I have uploaded it on the Saturday to the revision group. paper class එක දාලා තිබුණේ මම. revision class එක විතරයි upload කරේ නැත්තේ. Right, question number 2 එක ළමයි. What is the question? Describe the role of coke cambium in secondary growth. Produce coke and periderm, replace in the epidermis. මට පොඩි ටයිම් එකක් දෙන්න ළමයි. මාක්ස් ටික දාගෙන නෑ මම. ඔයගොල්ලෝ answers ටික check කරගෙන යන්න මම මාකේ ස්කීම් එකේ මාක්ස් ටික කියනකම්. right ළමයි බලන්න. Describe the role of co-cambium in secondary growth. Co-cambium in secondary growth. Produce coke and periderm replacing epidermis. Produce coke and periderm replacing epidermis 1 mark. එක ලකුණක් දාන්න. Label the diagram shown position of the co-cambium during the secondary growth. ළමයි, you have to draw a ring inner to the epidermis and mark that as the co-cambium. ලක්ෂරි multimedia එක දාන්නකෝ. Right? So this point you have to take as the co-cambium. එතන ලකුණක් දෙන්න, එක ලකුණයි. 1 mark. Co-cambium. Right, ඊළඟ ළමයි, what is sapwood කියලා අහනවා. What is sapwood? The nevus outer layer of the secondary xylem still transports xylem sap. එතන ලකුණු දෙකයි. මෙතන ලකුණු දෙකක් දෙන්න. What is sapwood කිව්ව එකට ලකුණු දෙකයි. මොකද මාකේ ස්කීම් එක බලන්න දීලා තියෙන එක. The newest outer layer නේ. Write in that 2 marks මෙතන ලකුණු දෙකක් දෙන්න. ඊට පස්සේ question එක ළමයි. Next question is, what is the hypothesis to describe stomatal opening? Potassium ion exchange hypothesis 1 mark. Potassium ion exchange hypothesis, write that people. 1 mark. Potassium influx hypothesis 1 mark. ඊට පස්සේ next question is, state the plant hormone affecting stomatal mechanism. This is abscisic acid 1 mark. Writing abscisic acid 1 mark. Abscisic acid කියලා දාලා එක ලකුණක් දාන්න. Part B, state 3 macro elements that are important in synthesizing chlorophylls in plant. Chlorophylls in plants. Zinc, iron and boron කියලා අරගෙන ලකුණු 3ක් දෙනවා ළමයි මම ඒකට. 3 marks for that. ඊට පස්සේ next question එක, state 4 ways that cytokinins are important for plants. 4 ways that the cytokinins 4 ways that the cytokinins are important for the plant. Cytokinin. So regulate cell division in the root and the shoot. එක ලකුණයි. Modify apical dominance and then promote lateral bud activity නේ. තව ලකුණයි. Promote movement of nutrients into the sink. තව ලකුණක් දෙන්න. Stimulate seed germination ළමයි 1 more mark. Delay leaf senescence 1 more mark. All together 4 marks මෙතන දාන්න. ලකුණු 4ක් දෙන්න. මේ ටික ඔක්කොම ලිව්වට ලකුණු 4යි. මෙතෙන්ද 3යි. කලින් එකට 3යි. මේකට 4යි. Was the next question. What is thigmomorphogenesis? Changes of the plant due to mechanical disturbances. එතන ලකුණු දෙකයි. changes in the plant form due to mechanical disturbances. Lakunu dekai. Changes in the plant form due to mechanical disturbances. Next question. How does most of the mangrove plants tolerate the salinity of the environment? Salinity of the environment, two ways are there. One is they are having salt glands and then eliminating the excess salt. What is the other one, people? They have, they are, they are, how does most of the mangrove plants tolerate the salinity of the environment? එකක් තමයි increase in the solute content so that they can maintain the water potential කියලා එක්කුත් අපි ගත්තා. මෙතන අපි marks වල දාලා තියෙන්නේ they have developed salt glands which secrete excess salt out of the plant across the leaf surface. ඒක විතරයි ලකුණු වලට අරන් තියෙන්නේ දෙකයි. reason එක පොඩ්ඩක් බලමු ළමයි. The question එක ඇවිල්ලා how does the mangrove plant tolerate? I think mangrove plant කියලා specify කරලා එක point එකක් වෙන්න තිබුණේ. resource එක පොඩ්ඩක් බලන්න ළමයි. Plant stresses salt stress නේද? Many plants can respond to moderate soil salinity by producing solutes that are well tolerated. It was these are organic compounds that keep the water potential. It was a few plants that tolerate salt tolerant halophytes develop salt glands. It was a mangrove plant. The mangrove plant is given only under that. You can't write both then. Anyway, 2 marks are given here. 2 marks are given here. මෙතන ලකුණු දෙකයි. එක point එක ලියන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? ඊළඟට ළමයි next question එක state two plant genera for parasitic and semi-parasitic plants. Parasitic plants, 2 genera. Semi-parasitic plants. I think you write only one answer, neither. Parasitic one answer, semi-parasitic one another answer. Parasitic you can write people. Parasitic you can write Cuscuta. Parasitic you can write Cuscuta. Semi-parasitic you can write Loranthus, 2 marks for that. 2 marks for that. It was named two genera of carnivorous plants. Nepenthes and Drosera, right in that 2 marks. Nepenthes, Drosera, Utricularia, neither. Any two. 2 marks. Parasitic plants and semi-parasitic, right in that 2 marks. Right in Nepenthes, Utricularia or Drosera, another 2 marks. It was part C1. What is holozoic nutrition, Kela? This is a mode of nutrition where the food is ingested. Nutrition mode where the food is ingested into the alimentary canal. Consisting of 5 main stages: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and elimination. 2 points. ඔක්කොම ලියනවට ලකුණු දෙකයි එතන. ඊට පස්සේ ළමයි you have to label this diagram A to E නේ. letters තියෙනවා කීයක්ද ළමයි? 12ක් තියෙනවද? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 තියෙනවනේ. If you label them all correctly, people, A, what is A? Oral cavity. A, oral cavity. Oral cavity. B, salivary glands. C, what is that C, people? Pharynx කියලා අරන් තියෙන්නේ. C, pharynx. D ඇවිල්ලා ළමයි esophagus. ඊට පස්සේ E, liver. F, stomach. G, gallbladder නේ. Gallbladder. H, pancreas. I, large intestine. J, small intestine. K is rectum. L, anus. Or everything you have properly labeled, people, 2 marks. ලකුණු දෙකයි ඔක්කොටම. කොච්චර කරත් ලකුණු නැහැ නේද ඒවට. ඌ එහෙම තමයි. ඊට පස්සේ Right, next one. Question එක මොකද්ද ළමයි? State three functions of saliva කියලා අහන්නේ. Three functions of saliva. එතකොට I think people in the resource book functions of saliva, right? Functions of saliva kila, they have given salivary amylase function separately. Water present in saliva, they are functioned separately. Mucus present in saliva, it functions separately. Antimicrobial substances in saliva, they are functioned separately. Buffers present in saliva, they are functioned separately. So the marking scheme is now prepared for that. Right? So you are scoring people for writing. How many you have to write people? Three. Any three marks then. Any three marks damu. Buffers hari, antimicrobial substance hari, mucus, water, salivary amylase, whatever write in 1 mark for each. It was the next question, people. Describe the role of following for food digestion in stomach. Describe the function of following in food digestion. Role of following bile salts. What is the role of bile salts in food digestion? What is the given answer, people? Emulsification. Ne dena lakunu kiyadda lamai 2 marks for emulsification, acting as emulsifier. Emulsification. That means breakdown of large lipid globules into small water soluble droplets. Ne the 2 marks. Next function, HCl. What is the job of HCl, people? Non-specific defense. Or else you can take activate pepsinogen kinekata lakunu dila tino. I have given marks for activate pepsinogen කියන එකට. ඊට පස්සේ third one is cholecystokinin. Cholecystokinin is a hormone නේද? Trigger release of bile from the gallbladder. 2 marks for that. And digestive enzymes from the pancreas. 2 marks for writing that. එකක් ලියුවා නම් ඇති නේද? Gallbladder හරි digestive enzyme හරි දෙකෙන් එකක් ලියුවා නම් ලකුණු දෙන්න දෙකක්. Next one, people, state the role of following vitamins. Vitamin A. Vitamin A. Formation of the visual pigments and then involving in immunity. Promote growth and the maintenance of the epithelial tissue. Second one is vitamin C. Act as an antioxidant. Lakunu dekai. Collagen synthesis. Curve in the deficiency. Blood clotting. Vitamin K. Blood clotting. Lakunu dekai. Total like a 40 wal indala 2.5 willing medicaran. 40 into 2.5. Right? Arillamai, we'll check the structured question, first one. Structured question, first one. Right, Miguel, यहाँ question है identify the following molecule කියලා. Identify the following molecule. This molecule is the solid form of fructose කියලා ගන්න ඕනේ. Fructose කියමු ලකුණු දෙන්නේ නැතු යමු. ලකුණු තුනක් දෙමු අපි. Solid form of fructose. Solid form of fructose. ලකුණු තුනක් දෙන්න එතන. Name the carbohydrate that's stored in Dahlia tubers. Dahlia tubers inulin. Inulin ලිව්වට ලකුණු දෙකයි. Inulin. Next one, people, total magnification එක අහනවා. The magnification of the object lens is 40x. Total magnification is 600. Then what is the magnification of the eyepiece lens කියලා අහනවා. Magnification of the objective lens is 40. ඒතර total magnification 600. 600x නේද? එතකොට magnification of the objective lens, this is x නේ, unknown. This is unknown. අපි ගාන x කියලා දාගමු. Unknown is x. What is the equation, people? Oops, x ne into 40 ne into 40. X into 40. හරිද? එතකොට now you have to find people x නේද? ඒ කියන්නේ 600 divided by 40. ඒ කියන්නේ 60 divided by 4. ඒ කියන්නේ x is ඇවිල්ලා 15. x ඇවිල්ලා 15. x ඇවිල්ලා 15. Right? ඒක හොයාගත්තට ලකුණු 5ක් දෙන්න. 5 marks for that. 5 marks then. 5 marks. Next one, people. Which of the electron microscope specimen is stained with gold කියලා අහනවා. ඒකේ scanning electron microscope කියලා ලිව්වට ලකුණු 3ක් දෙන්න. Scanning electron microscope ලකුණු 3යි. Next one, people. Part B1 නේද? State differences between metaphase 2 and metaphase 1. Metaphase 2 and metaphase 1. Metaphase 2 and metaphase 1. Now, in metaphase 1, we can say that people homologous chromosomes come and align at the equatorial plane. Metaphase 2, තව එකක් කියන්න පුළුවන් නේද? Chromosomes kinetochore fibers are attached නේ. මේව කතාවක් නේ කිව්වේ අපි. If you draw a diagram for metaphase 1 and then another diagram for metaphase 2, at chromosomes are present as pairs නේද? So the kinetochores are attached to the same pole නේ. Kinetochore to the same pole. The kinetochores of this chromosome are attaching with that pole. These are attaching to the opposite pole. Ne? Here, people, in metaphase 2, kinetochores are attached to the spindle fibers coming from opposite poles like this. Kinetochores are attached to the spindle fibers coming from opposite poles. Let's see the marking scheme, people, how we have taken that. Marking scheme में अरन तीनी दिबान. හරි. මම මෙතන ලකුණු දුන්නේ කොහොමද? මෙතෙන්ද solid form of fructose කිව්වට ලකුණු 3යිනේ. නිකම්ම fructose කිව්වට ලකුණු දෙන්න එපා කියලා කිව්වා. මෙතන ලකුණු කිය inulin කිව්වට ලකුණු 2යි ළමයි. ඒතර මෙතන ලකුණු 5යි මේක කැල්කියුලේට් කරාට. scanning electron microscope කියලා ලිව්වට 3යි ලකුණු. ඊට පස්සේ මෙතන තියෙනවා pair of homologous chromosomes get arranged on the metaphase plate during metaphase 1 while individual chromosomes get attached. Pairs එකට එක ලකුණක් දුන්නා. Coming as pairs. How many points we ask people? State a difference between one difference. So we can write either this or both chromatids of homologous chromosomes attached to Kendrick microtubules from one pole, while Kendrick's of the sister chromatids are attached to the microtubules extending from both poles. Yeah, either one of those two. Ne? Either one of those two ලකුණු හතරක් දාන්න. ඔය දෙකෙන් ඕනම එකකට ලකුණු හතරක් දෙන්න. Next one, people. Next one, you have to identify the stage නේද? This is prophase. එහෙනම් ලකුණු දෙකයි. Prophase. ඊට පස්සේ the second question is, people, for the same one නේ. Identify the stage is prophase ලකුණු දෙකයි. ඊට පස්සේ and draw the cell at the end of the nuclear division of the diploid cell with 3 pairs of chromosomes. Oh. In a diploid cell with 3 pairs of chromosomes, I identify the following stage. මොකක්ද ළමයි මේක? මාර වැඩේ. මොකද ඔයාලා ගත්තේ මේක? ප්‍රෝෆේස් කියලාද? ඒතකොට වැරදි නේද? මේක මොකක්ද ළමයි? ප්‍රෝෆේස් 2. මේක ප්‍රෝෆේස් 2 කියලා එන්න ඕනේ. එහෙනම් මගේ මාකින් ස්කීම් එක වැරදි. ප්‍රෝෆේස් 2. This has to be prophase 2. හරිද? prophase 2. It has to be prophase 2. හරිද? And draw the cell at the end of the nuclear division. At the end of the nuclear division. Draw the cell at the end of the nuclear division of the given dividing stage. මේකේ end එක අඳින්නලු. ඒ කියන්නේ prophase 2 නේ. මොකක්ද අඳින්න ඕන ළමයි? Draw the cell at the end of the nuclear division කියලා කියන්නේ what you have to draw, people? Telophase 2. එහෙනම් දැන් මම අඳිනවා telophase 2 එකේ cell එක. One cell හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ 2 nuclei present. I'm drawing 2 nuclei like this. End of nuclear division. Then I have to draw nucleolus. 2 nucleoli. ඊට පස්සේ then I have to draw, people, after separation. After separation, you can see, people, this one. This one goes to this one half, the other sister chromatid goes to the other one. And I have to draw sister chromatids of them like this. So this sister chromatid go half here, the other half goes this side. Then I have to draw, people, these two sister chromatids. Then, people, this one also separate on the same manner. Half goes to that side, the other half goes to the other cell. So that we have to draw two. I'll show it as little longer one. Longer one like that. So then you erase, people. You erase, people, these arrows now. Ayyo, cell එකත් ගියා. හරිද? එතකොට මේ වගේ එකක් අඳින්න ඕනි. Right, you have to draw 2 nuclei, 2 nucleoli. ඊට පස්සේ 3 chromosomes in each cell. හරිද? එහෙම ඇන්දනම් එතන ලකුණු දෙන්න 4ක්. 4 marks දාමු එකට. ඊළඟට what is catabolism කියලා අහනවා. What is catabolism? What is catabolism? එතකොට මෙතන ලකුණු 4යි. Breakdown of complex molecules into simple molecules by releasing free energy ලකුණු 2යි. It was as enzymes are not rigid structures, the interaction between substrate and the active site may slightly change. මොකක්ද අහන්නේ question එක ළමයි? Induce fit එක අහන්නේ නේද? Briefly describe induce fit mechanism of enzyme action. What are you going to say? As enzymes are not rigid structures, the interaction between the substrate and the active site may slightly change the shape of the active site so that the substrate and the active site become complementary to each other. එතන ළමයි දෙන්න ලකුණු හතරක්. ලකුණු හතරක් දාන්න. ඊට පස්සේ next question. Describe why the enzyme activity changes at different pH values. Why enzyme activity changes at different pH values? Because we learn people due to the alternation of chemical bonds involving in formation of the enzyme substrate complex. කියලා එතන ලකුණු දෙකක් දෙන්න. Because enzymes are maintaining their correct shape people only at a particular pH. Ne? Above or below that pH, they don't maintain the correct shape. So එතන ලකුණු දෙකයි. We are moving to next question. Identify the following photosystems and give evidence. මේක දැන් ළමයි P680 කියලා තියෙන්නේ මෙතන. And then you can see water also hydrolyzes here. If that happened, what is this photosystem people? PS2. එහෙනම් PS2 කියලා ලිව්වනම් ලකුණු දෙකයි. ඊට පස්සේ evidence අහනවා. What is the evidence? Evidence splitting of water. Or else you can say මේ P680, presence of P680 කියලා ලිව්වනම් ලකුණු දෙකයි එතන. Next question, people, based on the following diagram, comment on the effect of increasing of light intensity on the rate of photosynthesis. You increase the light intensity. Light intensity මේ side එකට වැඩි කරන්න ඔයා. Right, you increase the light intensity on this side, ne? You increase the light intensity on this direction. This side you increase the light intensity, ne? This is zero light intensity, somewhere here at the beginning. This one is relatively high carbon dioxide, 15 degrees Celsius. This is 15 degrees Celsius and high carbon dioxide both, ne? Based on the following diagram, comment on the effect of increase of light intensity on the rate. So what you see, people, with increase in light intensity, rate of photosynthesis increases, ne? And increase of the rate decreases as some other factor become limited, ne? It can be some other factor, ne? ඒකට මම ලකුණු දෙකක් දීලා තියෙනවා. The rate of photosynthesis increases linearly with increasing of coke cambium කෙනෙක් කපන්න. This is, it has to come here මෙතන එන්න coke cambium. The rate of photosynthesis increases linearly with increasing of intensity. Gradually, the rate of increase falls off. ලකුණු දෙකක් දෙන්න එතන. ඊට පස්සේ third question එක ළමයි. State the difference between cell wall material of Sargassum and Ulva. Sargassum and Ulva. Sargassum alginic acid, ne? Ulva has cellulose. Alginic absent in the cell wall of Ulva, it has cellulose, ne? Alginic acid present. එතන ලකුණු දෙකක් දෙනවා මම. ඊට පස්සේ what are cotyledons කියලා ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහනවා. Leaves of the embryo නැත්නම් embryonic leaves. ලකුණු දෙකයි. Embryonic leaves. ඒක ලකුණු තුනක් දෙන්න ළමයි. Embryonic leaves කියවට ලකුණු තුනක් දෙන්න. ලකුණු තුනක් දෙන්න. Embryonic leaves කියවට ලකුණු තුනක් දෙන්න. Total marks out of 40 දාලා 2.5 වලින් වැඩි කරන්න. 40 දාලා 2.5 වලින් වැඩි කරපුවම 100ට කීයද කියලා එනවා. You get out of 100, ne? out of 100. මේ papers එච්චරම මේ අර marking දෙන විදිය ටිකක් සමහරක් ලකුණු එහෙම පොඩ්ඩක් වැඩි. questions එහෙම පොඩ්ඩක් short. හරි. ඒක ඉස්සරහට හැදෙනවා. තාම පටන් ගන්න හරියනේ ඉන්නේ අපි. right? ඒක තව improve වෙලා යන ඉස්සරහට papers වලට. now people we have to go for the MCQ paper නේද දැන්? MCQ paper. MCQ ළමයි we'll go from 25 down නේ. 25 ඉඳලා පල්ලෙහාට යන්න. reverse එකනේ. ඒතර අන්තිම questions වල එච්චර වෙලා මදි වුණාට අවුලක් නැහැ. මොකද ඒවා ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නේම. ඒක දැන් ගොඩාක් වෙලාවට ළමයි අනික් papers කරන්න ගියාම දැන් අපි එතකොට එන්නේ environmental biology, microbiology වගේ තමයි අකට අහුවෙන්නේ. ඒතර අපි ඒවයි questions ටික discuss කළා අර මුල් පාඩම් නේද නිකන් අර cell structure function වගේ එනකොට we can just we don't have to discuss it. පරණ කලින් අනික් papers වලත් එහෙම යනවා. අපි 25 වලින් පටන් ගමු ළමයි. 25. Which is the correct statement regarding mineral, sorry, which of the correct statement regarding minerals important for general health of man? Which of the following correct statement regarding minerals important for health of man? Magnesium helps in nerve and muscle function. Fluorine act on enzyme cofactor, act as an enzyme cofactor. Potassium helps in maintaining acid-base balance. Sulfur component of some amino acid. ඒක නම් හරි නේද? Potassium acid-base balance එකත් හරි. Maintaining of teeth structure iodine වෙන්න බෑ නේද ළමයි? Teeth structure iodine නෙමෙයි මොනවාද? Fluorine නේද? Maintaining teeth structure. මතකත් නෑ නේ. බලන්න ළමයි පොඩ්ඩක් ඔයගොල්ලෝ table එක බලන්න. Fluorine maintaining tooth structure කියලා තියෙන iodine නෙවෙයිනේ. එතනින් අරන් තියෙනනේ. page 177 වලින්. Magnesium people enzyme cofactor කියලා magnesium වල දීලා තියෙනවා. ඒතර help in muscle function එක sodium වගේ වෙන්න ඕන wrong. act as an enzyme cofactor කියන එක magnesium. ඒතර ඒ දෙක මාරු කරලා තියෙනවා. muscle function එකට ඊට පස්සේ potassium help in maintaining acid base balance එක හරි. sulfur එකත් හරි. iodine එකට අරන් තියෙන ළමයි compound of thyroid hormone කියලා. එතකොට වැරදි නේද? එහෙනම් answer එක ඇවිල්ලා C and D. Question number 24. Which of the following is are correct regarding gametophytes of flowering plants? Gametophyte of the flowering plant people is inside the ovary, inside the ovule. Flowering plant gametophyte. You know the flowering plant gametophyte. අපි life cycle කතා කරනකොට we'll do it properly. හරිද? This is people the gynoecium නේද? Female part of the flower. එතකොට gametophyte is present inside the female part. This is the ovary. This is the ovule. This is the ovule. Ovule ne? Inside that මේම තියෙනවා. Inside that right, the female gametophyte කියලා කියන්නේ ළමයි the embryo sac නේද? Embryo sac is a female gametophyte. මෙතන තියෙනවා egg cell, 2 synogids, 3 antipodal cells, ඕම තියෙනවා. මැද තියෙනවා 2 nuclei. 7 cells present. The green color is a 1 cell. 7 celled structure. Embryo sac. That is a female gametophyte. Embryo sac is a female gametophyte. Right? So what the question, people? Which of the following is correct regarding gametophyte of the flowering plant? Now, this is one of the gametophyte. What do you call these people? This is embryo sac. Embryo sac, female gametophyte. Female gametophyte. Gametophyte. What is that? Embryo sac. Embryo sac. Now, what is the male gametophyte? Male gametophyte is this pollen. Germinated pollen. As the pollen germinates, people, this is now forming. This is pollen germinate. This is now forming a pollen tube. Neither. This germinated pollen is the male gametophyte. So the question is regarding gametophytes. So this is the male gametophyte. Male gametophyte. So these two together we say gametophytes. Phytes, gametophytes. Right? Gametophytes. So which of the following are correct regarding gametophytes of flowering plants? Compared to male gametophyte, female gametophytes contain several cells. Female gametophyte contains several cells. Eka hari. Compared to the male gametophyte, female gametophytes contain several cells. Hari. Male gametophyte is a single cell. Inang eka hari. They are microscopic. Dekama microscopic. B is also correct. They are unicellular. No, eka varadi. Female gametophyte is multicellular. Male gametophyte is unicellular. They are formed from meiosis. They are formed from meiosis. එහෙම කියන්න බෑ නේද? එන එක වැරදි කියලා ගමු. Because meiosis happen in the formation of the megaspore and the microspore. නේ. They develop into the ovary. Wrong. එහෙනම් AB correct. මගේ මාකින් ස්කීම් එකේ ළමයි මම අරන් තියන්නේ B විතරයි. එහෙනම් AB correct. AB 24 AB correct. Question number 23. Which one of the following combination are correct regarding phylum and the characteristic? Correct regarding the phylum and the characteristic. Reptilia, heart with 3 chambers. Eka hari. Cnidaria, budding. Hari. Echondamata. Echondamata. Water vascular system for excretion. Varadi. Water vascular system present in echondamata but not for excretion. They don't have an excretory system. එහෙම ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඉගෙන ගත්තේ. Arthropoda, Malpighian tubules open to the gut. Open to the gut. Malpighian tubules open to the gut. Eka hari. Chordata, dorsal tubular heart. Dorsal tubular heart, වැරදි chordata. එහෙනම් ABD okay වගේ. Arthropoda, Malpighian tubules open to the gut කියන එක හරි. එහෙනම් ළමයි ABD. ඒතර මගේ මාකින් ස්කීම් එකේ ආයෙ වරදිනවා. ABD කියලා කියන්නේ මොකක්ද ළමයි? answer second නේද? answer second. ABD second. ABD second. Question number 22. Question 22. Please correct the marking scheme. Online people, please correct. Huh? Online people. Are neda? Question number 22. Select the correct statement. Mitosis is an important for the genetic stability. Mitosis is important for genetic stability. Correct. Enzymes increase the activation energy of the reaction. Wrong. And B is wrong. There are no further increase in the reaction rate after particular substrate concentration. Correct. There is a pair of chlorophyll A molecules in the reaction center complex. Correct. Regeneration of G3P from the citric acid is the series of enzyme catalyzed reactions in TCA cycle. Regeneration of G3P from citric acid cycle by series of enzyme catalyzed reaction in TCA cycle. Tricarboxylic acid cycle, generation of G3P from citric acid. Where is the G3P citric acid? It was not there, not selected. And ACD, second one is the answer. ACD correct, second is the answer. Moving people to question number 21. Select the correct responses regarding the nucleic acid, Kilhano. Select the correct responses regarding the nucleic acid. Nucleic acids are composed of backbones with repeating pattern of sugar phosphate unit. Nucleic acids are composed of backbone. Nucleic acids are backbone with repeating pattern of sugar phosphate unit. Eka hari niyada lamai. DNA molecule has a sugar phosphate backbone. Eka hari. They are linear polymers of nucleotides. Linear කියන්නේ unbranched. එහෙනම් එකත් හරි. Only thymine and cytosine are found in nucleic acid as pyrimidines. Thymine, cytosine, uracil නේද wrong. DNA එක නෙවෙයිනේ අහන්නේ generally nucleic acid නේ. එහෙනම් uracil also must be there. Always two antiparallel polynucleotide chains are found. නෑනේ always two antiparallel polynucleotide chains are not present in RNA molecule. The question regarding people DNA RNA both. එතකොට වැරදි. Always number of adenine bases similar to the number of thymine bases in the nucleic acid. Adenine, thymine similar වෙන්නේ DNA වල විතරයි. Not in RNA. එතකොට ඒකත් වැරදි. එහෙනම් AB must be the answer. We are moving now people question number 20. Question number 20. Select the incorrect statement regarding disorders in the alimentary canal in man. Malnutrition occurs when the body mass index is less than 18.5. Correct නේද? හරි නේද? 18.5ට වඩා අඩු නම් malnutrition. හරිද? Obesity occurs. Obesity occurs. Malnutrition 18.5ට වඩා අඩු නන්නේ. අපි obese කියලා කිව්වේ කියලා ළමයි above 40. මට මතක විදිහට WHO මේකේ නම් දීලා නැහැ අපි නේද malnutrition and obesity above 30 නේද මම වැරදි. Above 30 is obesity. හරි. එහෙනම් correct එක. ඊළඟ ළමයි obesity occurs when the energy expenditure of the person is much less than නෑ නේද? එහෙනම් එයා obese වෙන්නේ නැහැ නේද? Much less නෙවෙයි much. The obesity occurs when the energy expenditure of the person is much less than the energy intake. පොඩ ඉන්න එක ආයෙ බලමු. correct නේද? එහෙනම් correct. energy intake එක වැඩි output එක අඩුයි නේ. Gastritis, prolonged starvation, mental stress and some drugs may lead to this condition. Hari. Constipation may occur due to increased absorption of water from the feces in small intestine. Constipation increases absorption of water in the small intestine. The large intestine. Wrong. Cancer in the colon may occur due to inadequate fiber in the diet. Possible. Enough. Fourth one is the answer. Question number 19. Correct statement regarding smooth muscles. Does not consist of actin and myosin. Wrong. Actin, myosin present but not well organized. Neither. Wrong statement. Shows rhythmic contractions. Eka hari. Made up of short cylindrical cells. Short cylindrical cells. Neither. Smooth muscles are people spindle shaped cells. Wrong. Esophagus of the human alimentary tract is made up of them. Esophagus එකේ ළමයි smooth muscles hari තියෙනවා. Only made up of them කිව්වොත් වැරදි නේද? Why smooth and the skeletal both present? ඒතර තියෙනවා but only කියන එක වැරදි. Wrong. It has only parasympathetic nerve distribution. Parasympathetic nerve distribution. Wrong. The sympathetic, parasympathetic, both connection is there for smooth muscles. Rienang answer is lamai second. Question number 18. Plant growth substance functions. Plant growth substance and the function relationship. Gibberellin. Then make a combination. You have to check that. A simple A. Gibberellin retard leaf abscission. गिबरलिन එක lead abscission no connection නේද? නෑ නේද? cytokinin leaf abscission අපි ගත්තේ කොහොම ළමයි? oxin stop abscission නේද? cytokinin stop senescence. එහෙමනේ ගියේ මට මතක විදිහට එහෙම. හරිද? එතකොට गिबरलिन retard leaf abscission එහෙනම් capital A simple A යන්න බෑ. එහෙනම් first choice එක වෙන්න බෑ නේද? Right, first can't be the first choice. අපි second එක බලමු. A and C, gibberellin and C stimulate pollen development එක හරි. Gibberellin involves in most of the reproductive events නේද? Pollen formation, pollen tube growth, fruit development නේද? So that is correct. BA okay. ඔච්චරයි ඉන්න. AC okay. ඊට පස්සේ BA oxin retard leaf abscission එක හරි. CE ethylene E promote leaf abscission. Abscission එතන පොඩි අවුලක් තියෙනවනේ. ethylene promote leaf abscission හරි නේද? ethylene promote කරන හරි ඒක හරි. ethylene හරි. DE ABA promote desiccation tolerance. DD ABA promote desiccation tolerance හරි. EB cytokine stimulate seed germination correct. Cytokinin and gibberellin both are promoting the seed germination process. එහෙනම් second එකේ ඔක්කොම state choices ටික හරි. අනිත් ඒවා check කරමු ළමයි කෝකටත්. AE gibberellin E promote leaf abscission. වැරදි. ගන්න බෑ එහෙනම් 3 එක not fitting. AC එක කොහොමද හරිනේ BE oxin E promote leaf abscission. BE එක අපි BE promote leaf abscission වෙන්න බෑනේ ළමයි wrong නේද? එහෙනම් fourth එකත් wrong. A B එකත් වැරදි නේද? AB gibberellin stimulate seed AB ගන්න පුළුවන්. gibberellin promote seed. BA oxin retard leaf abscission එකත් හරි. CC ethylene stimulate pollen development වෙන්න බෑනේ. pollen development only by the gibberellin. එතකොට වැරදි. එහෙනම් answer එක ඇවිල්ලා ළමයි second. Second is the answer. Question number 17. Correct statement regarding stress. Correct statement regarding stress. Water deficit stimulates the decrease of synthesis of ABA. Water deficit stimulates decrease synthesis of ABA. Correct statement regarding stress. Water deficit stimulate decrease synthesis of ABA. Water deficit stimulate decrease synthesis the increase synthesis the water deficit ABA synthesis increases නේද? එනම් වැරදි ළමයි. During cold stress fluidity of the plasma membrane increase due to the decrease due to the fluidity of the plasma membrane increase due to lipid become locked into නෑ නේද? During the cold stress fluidity of the cell membrane increase due to the lipids become locked into crystalline lattice. Due to close fluidity of the plasma membrane increase නෙවෙයි නේද? Decrease එහෙනම් wrong ළමයි. Salt stress leading to increase the water uptake by the roots. Salt stress lead to increase of the water uptake by the root. නෑ නේද? Mineral uptake by the root. Wrong. The size, location and the shape of the leaves are pre-existing structural and the chemical and mechanical biotic stress. Wrong නේද ළමයි? ඒක structural, chemical, mechanical, biotic stress. The size, location, and shape of the leaves are pre-existing structural, chemical වෙන්න බෑ නේද? ඒක බලන්න ළම පොඩ්ඩක්. බලන්න මොනවද කියන්නේ pre-existing මොනවා ළමයි? The structure of the epidermis, cell wall thickness, amount and the quality, structure of the epidermal cells, size, location and shape of stomata එහෙම තියෙන්නේ. chemical defense mechanism promote එහෙම එකක් නේද? ඊට පස්සේ induce එකට වෙනම කතාවක්. ඒතර මේක set වෙන්නේ නැහැ නෙතෙන්ද නේද? හරිද? The size, location and the shape of the leaves කියලා නෑනේ stomata කියලා එන්න ඕනේ එතකොට. එතකොට leaves කියන එකත් වැරදි wrong නේ. In general, too high salinity in soil is toxic to the plant. Too high salinity in the soil is toxic to the plant ලු. හරි නේද ඒක? ඒක හරි නම් 5th කියලා ගමු. Question number 16 people, elements show crinkling and the chlorosis. Crinkle little star casine, calcium and zinc කියලා අපි කිව්වේ. The elements show crinkling and the chlorosis in young leaves. Calcium කොහොමදත් set. එතකොට වෙන answer එකක් නැහැනේ calcium කියලා වෙලා. ආයි zinc උත් නැහැනේ කාටවත්. එහෙනම් ළමයි answer එක first වෙන්න ඕනේ. අනිත් එක මතක නැත්තත් හොයන්න පුළුවන් answer එක. Chlorosis in young leaves in sulfur නේද? එහෙනම් first one is the answer. ඊළඟට question එක which of the following responses indicate the process A, B, C and D in correct sequence කියලා නම් මොකක්ද? life cycle එකක්. Shown below is a life cycle of terrestrial plant. Which of the following shows A, B, C and D? What is A? Gametophyte, male gamete and female gamete by mitosis නේද ළමයි? ඊට පස්සේ zygote වලින් growth කියලා ගත්තොත් එහෙම අපි growth ඊට පස්සේ sporophyte එකෙන් spore එකට නම් definitely meiosis. ඊට පස්සේ post growth ආපහු නැත්නම් mitosis වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. එතකොට A ඇවිල්ලා mitosis වෙන්න ඕන. B ඇවිල්ලා ළමයි growth වෙන්න ඕනේ. mitosis and then growth. එතකොට zygote එක germinate වෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ ළමයි නේද? zygote එක grow වෙන එකයි වෙන්නේ. එහෙනම් කොහොමද answer එක දැන් හරි නේද? Third one is the answer. Right, moving to question number 14. The parts of the lower epidermal peel of royo leaf are immersed in separately in 3 sugar solutions ABC with solute potential minus 1200, minus 1500, minus 1800. හරි අපි next week lesson එකේ යන්නේ මේකෙන් නේද? Next week revision එක. Part of the lower epidermal peels of royo were immersed in 3 sugar solutions ABC. This is A. This is B. This is B. And this is C. So ABC. This is A. This is B. This is C. ABC. ABC එකක් ළමයි 1200 නේද? 1200 1500 minus kilopascals නේ? And 1000 minus 1800. What is then? Solute potential නේ? Solute potential. After 20 minutes, it was observed 50% of the cells of the tissue immersed in solution B has plasmolized. Again, this is the isotonic. Isotonic. Again, 1500 is isotonic. Again, 1800 is hypertonic. This is hyper. Hypertonic now water has to come out. Ne? This is hypotonic. This is hypotonic. Again, water has to go into the tissue. Ne? Water has to go into the tissue. From the statements given below, select the correct statement. Solution A is hypertonic. Solution A is hypotonic, wrong. Ne? Hypotonic. Hypo. This is hypo. Solution C is hypotonic, wrong. It is hypertonic. Cells in the equilibrate tissue in solution C are turgid. Solution T can't be turgid. Ne? When they equilibrate people, exosmosis will make the cells flaccid. Wrong. Endosmosis will occur if the tissue was equilibrate in solution A was moved into solution C. Endosmosis will occur. The මෙතන දාලා තියපුවම hypotonic නේ. එහෙනම් water goes in නේ. මේකට දාපුවම endosmosis නෙමෙයි ළමයි මොකද වෙන්න ඕන? Exosmosis නේද? Exo මේ water comes out is exo නේ. Water goes in, what do you call that, people? Endosmosis. So metana dala tila, the tissue is immersed here and then you transfer to C, it has to result people exosmosis. Inang fourth wrong. The tissue immersed in solution C was moved to distal water. Pressure potential of the cells and the equilibrium will be 1500. Make it dala tina tissue garagana. Move to distal water. Metana dammalu. Pressure potential of the cell at the equilibrium will be 1500 kilopascals. Sorry. Then මෙතන මොකද්ද කියන්නේ ළමයි? What is the isotonic නේද? In isotonic solution, what do you know? Psi S of the outer solution, psi S of solution is equal to psi S of the cell. In a psi S of the outer solution 1500 ne. එතකොට that is equal to the cell. That is the basic here නේද? ඒකනේ අපි මෙතන foundation විදිහට ගන්නෙ. එහෙනම් fifth statement එක හරි. Fifth statement is correct. So the answer has to be, people, fifth one. 14 question answer is 5. Question number 13. Question number 13. Compared to the meristematic region of the stem apex, root apex meristematic region, compared to the meristematic region of the stem apex, root apex meristematic region, root apex meristematic region, root එක හදනවා cells inward and outward both directions නේද? එහෙනම් produce inwards and outwards. People, I'm taking fourth one as the answer. Contain cells in anaphase 2. You were wrong නේ. Shows only primary growth. වැරද්ද නේ. Both are showing primary growth නේ. Then protects by leaf primordia. Wrong නේ. Root is not protected by leaf primordia නේ. එහෙනම් contain differentiated cells. Wrong නේ. එහෙනම් answer එක ළමයි fourth. ඉතින් ඔයගොල්ලෝ අර උදේ රිවිෂන් ක්ලාස් එකේ අපි දැන් හිමීට කරගෙන එනකොට මේ පැත්තත් කව වෙලා එනවා පේපර් එකක් කව වෙනවා. ඒකත් කව වෙනවා. නේද? අපි ඉස්සරහට තියෙන අලුත් පාඩම් ටිකත් කව කරගන්න ඕනි අපි මේ විදිහටම. මේ පුළුවන් තරම් ප්‍රශ්න කරලා ඉස්සරහට එන පාඩම් ටික යනකොට අපි ඒකත් කරමු නේද? In which of the following animal phylum ගොඩාක් හදිස්සි වෙලා ලෙසන් ටික ඉවර කරගත්තත් තේරුමකුත් නැහැ. එහෙනම් ඉතින් හැමපාරම රිවිෂන් ළමයි ටික මේ කැම්පස් යන්න එපා නේ. සෙකන්ඩ් සයි ළමයි ඔක්කොම කැම්පස් යන්න ඕනේ එහෙනම්. ඇයි දැන් සිලබස් කලින් ඉවර වෙච්චනේ. එහෙම යන්නේ නැහැ මේකේ. මේකේ තියෙන්නේ අර එකතු කරගන්න විදිය තමයි. හරිද? මොන හරි අර බඩු ගොඩාක් මෙහෙම එකතු කරගන්න කියන්නේ නේද? එකක් ගන්නකොට අනිත් එක වැටෙනවා. නේද? ඉතින් බොහොම අමාරුවෙන් මෙහෙම ගැද කරගන්න එක තමයි තියෙන්නේ. ඊ ටික අල්ලගෙන ඉන්න ඕන. විභාග යනකම්. විභාග රීච් එකම ඔක්කොම ටික ආයෙ බිම නේ. ආයෙ ඇහිඳින්න ඕන ඊළඟ පාර සෙකන්ඩ් සයිකේද ආයෙ ඇහිඳ එකතු කරගන්න ඕන. පුළුවන් තරම් ආයෙ අල්ලගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. ඒ අල්ලන එක තමයි මේ ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරන්න දැන්. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි හැම පැත්තෙම ගිහිල්ලා නේද තියරි රිවිෂන් ඔක්කොම නේද? We have to get them at once, people. හරිද? නැත්නම් ඉතින් මේ A level එක කරන්න බෑ ඉතින්. workload එකත් වැඩිනේ. In which of the following animal phylum the characters are correctly matched? Nematoda, Papillae and Parapodia. Parapodia නෑනේ ළමයි. Parapodia කාටද දෙන්නේ? Annelida නේද? Wrong statement then. Papillae නම් correct. Nematode has papillae නේ. Sensory papilla are present in the anterior region of the body but no parapodia. Parapodia setae is a Annelida feature. Chordata, ventral muscular heart and hemocoel. Chordata has a ventral muscular heart and hemocoel. No, chordates don't have hemocoel. Hemocoel present in Arthropoda, the mollusca, hemocoel is there. Platyhelminthes gastrovascular cavity and the flame bulb. Platyhelminthes is a gastrovascular cavity and flame bulb. Platyhelminthes is gastrovascular cavity and flame bulb. ඒක හරි නේද ළමයි? Gastrovascular cavity is there, flame bulb present, හරි. Cnidaria, mesoglea and cuticle. Cnidaria has mesoglea and cuticle. Hari. And then people, sorry, Cnidaria, mesoglea, cuticle varadine. The cuticle wrong. Ne? Mesoglea hari, cuticle wrong. Ne? The cuticle is not there. Carter then cuticle the arthropoda has cuticle. When a cartot nematoda has cuticle. Apiko nematoda has a cuticle too. Kelane. Anitha. Then echondamata, cephalization and closed circulation. Echinodamata, cephalization and the cephalization, echinodamata, why radiosymmetric ones are not having any head neither. Therefore, Nidarians are not having head, no cephalization, and then cephalization is absent in any radial symmetric ones, no cephalization. Enang answer kavilla 3. Right? ඕනනම් මේ දැන් අපි පටන් ගන්නවා 2027 බැච් එකේ කිංඩම් ඇනිමාලියා පටන් ගන්නවා මේ සතියේ මෙලෝදියක් මතක නැත්නම් ඒක පොඩ්ඩක් ඔළුවේ දාලා යන්න පුළුවන් නේද ටයිම් තියෙනවා නම් right පොඩි උන් එක්ක ඉන්න වෙන්නේ හැබැයි නේ ලැජ්ජයිනේ question number question number 11 people following of exogenous asexual spores following are exogenous asexual spores multicellular sinusitic dikaryotic mycelium is dominant septae found only where the reproductive cells are formed. Phylum to above description of fungi respectively. ළමයි මේ formation of exogenous asexual කිව්වොත් ascomycota. ඒ කියන්නේ exogenous and asexual forms are produced by ascomycota. Multicellular sinusitic කිව්වොත් එහෙම it can be either chytidiomycota or zygomycota. Dikaryotic mycelium is dominant කිව්වොත් definitely people basidiomycota. වෙන කවුරුත් නැහැ. Septae found only where the reproductive cells are formed නම් zygomycota. වරදින් නැතුවම. එහෙනම් that order නේද? exogenous එහෙනම් A කියන්නේ asco B කියන්නේ chytrio එහෙනම් C කියන්නේ basidio D is zygo. You find that order asco chytridio basidio zygo answer is 5 ළමයි. ලේසියෙන් හොයන්න පුළුවන් ඉතින්. අමාරු නෑ. පොයින්ට්ස් ටික මතක තියෙන්නයි ඕනේ. මතක නැත්තම් පාඩම් කරන්න. right? revision class එක අපි fungi කරන්න ඕන. Question number 10. Which one of the following is common character of organism belongs to both domain archaea and eukarya? Which of the following is not a common character of organism belongs to both domain archaea and eukarya? Not a common character. Ne? Growth is not inhibited when antibiotic streptomycin. Domain archaea and eukarya. Archaea and eukarya both are not responding to antibiotics. Enang eka hari. Growth not inhibited, correct. Initial amino acid is methionine, correct for both. Ne? Formal methionine in bacteria. Ne? Several kinds of RNA polymerase present, correct. Growth occur above 100 degrees Celsius, that is wrong. That is present in archaea but not in eukarya. Presence of cell walls made up of polysaccharide, correct. Fourth is the answer. Question number 9. Plant phylum having least developed gametophyte. What is that, people? Second one, neither. Anthophyta, flowering plants are having only how many cells, people? The female gametophyte is only having 7 cells. Male gametophyte is only a single cell. So that is the least developed one. So the answer has to be, people, second one. Question. Well-developed, most developed gametophyte is present in Pogonatum. Most poorly developed gametophyte is available in the evolutionally the highest one, Anthophyta. Eons that includes the Cenozoic era. Eons that includes Cenozoic era. Phanerozoic නේද ළමයි? එහෙනම් answer කැවිලා first one, Phanerozoic. Phanerozoic. Question number 7, first page, neda, which can be considered as an event occurred during outside the mitochondria in aerobic respiration. Outside mitochondria in aerobic respiration. Yeah, it can, people, glycolysis, neda. So glycolysis is what happened there? ATP production by substrate level phosphorylation. Substrate level phosphorylation happened in Krebs cycle too. It happened in glycolysis too. Harida. Releasing carbon dioxide by decarboxylation happen in Krebs cycle. It happen inside the mitochondria. Oxidation of FADH2 happen inside the mitochondria. Reduction of molecular oxygen happen inside the mitochondria. Production of ATP substrate level phosphorylation inside the mitochondria and outside. Complete oxidation of glucose molecule inside of the mitochondria. Right? Inside. Acetyl coenzyme A, acetyl Question number 6, people. First carbon dioxide acceptor in the C4 pathway of photosynthesis. C4 pathway of photosynthesis. First carbon dioxide acceptor is phosphoenol pyruvate. We are taking, people, third one as the answer. Question number 5, people. Consider the following statement A and B. A, temperature increase, the probability of collision between the enzyme and the substrate increase. B, rate of the enzyme catalyzed reaction increase with temperature until optimum temperature. A correct, B wrong. A wrong, B correct. When temperature increase, the probability of collision enzyme and the substrate. Hurry. A statement take hurry. Rate of enzyme catalyzed reactions increase with temperature until optimum temperature. Oh, ekat hurry. A and B both are wrong, Varadi. A and B both are correct. B is evidence for A. Eka balanna. B is evidence, rate of temperature increase probability collision between nane. A, B both correct. B is not an evidence. So fifth one is the better answer. Ned. Question number 4, people. Which of the following statement regarding light microscope is correct? Cannot be observed by naked eye. Uh, which of the following statement regarding light microscope is correct? Cannot be observed by the naked eye. Now, light microscope එක නං ඇහැට පේනවා ලොකු එකක් නෙමෙයිද? හැබැයි මේක තියෙන්න ඕනේ නම් මොකද්ද ළමයි? Image cannot be observed by the naked eye. අහන්නේ මොකද්ද ළමයි? correct එක අහන්නේ. Cannot be observed by the naked eye. අපි වැරදි කියලා දාමුකෝ නේ කොහොමදත් වැරදිනේ. Actual color of the object cannot be observed. වැරදි නේද? Less resolution power than the electron microscope. ඒක හරි. Heavy metals are used in staining. නෑ. Strong magnets are used. නෑ. එහෙනම් ළමයි third කියලා ගන්න පුළුවන් ඒකේ අවුලක් නෑ. Question number 3, people. Which of the following physical property enable the water to act as transport medium? Cohesion and addition කියලා ගමු third එක answer එක ළමයි. Physical property enables water to act as the transport medium. Polarity, physical property. But transport water help by people addition and cohesion. Ne? Question number 2, people. Which one of the following statement is correct regarding structure of the DNA molecule? Which of the following statement is correct regarding structure of the DNA molecule? Both strands of DNA molecules are similar. Both strands are not similar, ni complementary, ni wrong. It was the nitrogenous bases are paired in the outside of the helix, center of the helix, wrong. The two DNA strands held together by the hydrogen bonds between the nitrogenous bases, ekahari. The backbone of the polynucleotide chain is composed of nitrogenous bases and pentose sugars. Backbone of the polynucleotide chain is composed of nitrogenous bases and pentose sugars. Backbone of the polynucleotide chain composed of nitrogenous bases and pentose sugars. Polynucleotide chain composed of nitrogenous bases. When the banila sugar and phosphate. One complete turn consists of 10 bases in the double helical structure. 10 base pairs ki like we wrong, not 10 bases. Third is better. Question number 1, people. Ability to respond to stimuli received from the internal and external environment is called as the irritability. Enang answer kavilla second. Right, that's all then people for this today. ඔගොල්ලෝගේ මේ පේපර්ස් ටික මට දීලා යන්න. මම නිකන් පොඩි ලුක් එකක් දානවා. බලන්න ඔගොල්ලෝ කොහොමද කරන්නේ? හොඳට ලියනවද නැද්ද? බොරු කරනවද? ඇත්ත කරනවද? ඩයග්‍රෑම් අඳිනවද නැද්ද? ඉතින් මේක පොඩ්ඩක් මේ මට මගේ process එක පොඩ්ඩක් ඔප්ටිමයිස් කරගන්න ඕන. ඔයගොල්ලෝ පේපර් එක දීලා යන්න. එතකොට මම මේ පේපර් එක ලබන සතියේ බදාදා ආයෙ දෙන්නම් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට. ප්‍රශ්න නැහැ මම පේපරේ තියාගන්න. මගේ ස්කීම් එක ඔයාලට අරන් යන්න පුළුවන්. පේපර් එක දීලා යන්න. ලක්ෂරි අංකල් දෙන්න පේපරේ ලක්ෂරි පේපර් එක තුර ගන්න. ඉතින් අපි ඊළඟ දවසේ පේපර් එක 18 ළමයි 18 පේපර් එක මම ඒක සැටර්ඩේ දෙන්නම්. ටයිම් තියෙනවා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට පාඩම් කරන්න. Online people also, thank you. Get the paper on Saturday, okay? I'll be uploading it on Friday night. So get the paper, answer it. We'll meet in another paper class, right? Your suggestions are appreciated. So send me your suggestions, okay? Okay then, see you. Bye.